is actually very interesting where COVID might be an opportunity for all of us, because all of a sudden these questions are being asked, right? The cancer problem that you're mentioning is years old. Everybody knows it, but no one is doing anything about it. Now in COVID, we're actually actively finding solutions and talking to governments and regulators and so on about this. I mean, as I've said before, our primary risk model today uses test data and controls testing. It says who needs to be tested again. It uses tracing data to understand, like, tracing within the protected group and how many people outside the protected group have you met. We don't know what the actual contacts are and so on. And it uses symptom control, like measuring temperature, heart rate variability, breathing, this type of stuff. And this only takes seconds, right? You have to look into a device for 3 seconds and this data is available. Now, the problem is, as you mentioned, that if this was fake data, if fake data was injected into the risk model and the machine would learn from that, then obviously there would be a tremendous, horrible opportunity for cyber attacks. And this is also why you've seen a lot of AI applications working inside digital models that were completely done, right? In business, most AI was just inside models that were already digitized and nothing happened. And the big step that we're now taking with AIoT together is actually securely connecting the physical world to this. And it is so important to connect the physical world, because that's the real data you need in order to make any decision that goes back to the physical world. And the only way to do that is by introducing end-to-end security. There is just no other way to do that. And if you introduce the end-to-end security, meaning you know this test has actually been performed, and you could go and find the person who has performed the test and the person who the test was performed on, if there was any irregularity, even though then you'd have to go through a process where the person that this concerns would have to get a notification saying, yes, I want to get in touch with these people, or no, I don't want to get in touch with these people. This is how the digital twin works, right? But in knowing that you even have this opportunity, knowing that you're connected to a real device, a real test, a real symptom check, a real tracing application, and not just anybody injecting data and saying whatever they want. That's the key to even running these models, right? Without these, AI, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about AI and how powerful it is, but it was so far only inside the part of the world that we had already completely digitized, and you could not really apply AI to the physical world. And now with the approach of AIoT, we've greatly expanded the applicability of AI to all the things physical. And in order to manage a pandemic, we have to be physical. There's people, there's tests, there's symptoms, there's locations that they are on, there's contacts between people, totally undigital, and all of that needs to be secured. It's the only way to do it.